Well, limited schedule today at the State House. No committee meetings scheduled on the House side, and the Senate adjourned a bit early, going out with a tribute to former Idaho Governor Phil Batt. He passed away Saturday morning on his 96th birthday, which is also the 160th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln making Idaho a territory. On Idaho Day, Governor Batt served as Idaho's 29th governor from 1995 to 1999, and during his political career, he also served as a legislator, a lieutenant governor, and Idaho Republican Party chairman. Governor Batt was also known for his fierce dedication to human rights. Governor Batt chose to serve just one term and left the governor's office in 1999 at 71 years old. Prior to that, toward the tail end of his four-year term, KTVB's Michelle Hicks caught up with the outgoing, in more ways than one, governor.
I want to say it's a high honor and a rare privilege to serve as your governor.
Governor Phil Batt reflects on his 4 years in office.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my abilities.
That began on this snowy day in January. During his first State of the State address, the governor got right to business.
Let's get this show on the road.
One of his first moves, negotiating a nuclear waste agreement with the federal government. He took a lot of heat, but the outgoing governor believes it was one of the most important acts of his administration.
I know that the compact we were able to achieve is very much in the interest of Idaho. We gave away very little in order to gain a lot.
The governor also cites passing farm worker compensation insurance as another important achievement, even though the measure cost him some friends.
I think a lot of farmers got unjustly lambasted during that discussion. That part of it I regretted.
The governor says he doesn't like the criticism that comes with the job, but he does enjoy the perks. Like the attention he receives taking center stage with his clarinet.
Phil's just a good all-around human being.
Senate Majority Leader Jim Risch served side by side in the late 70s with then Senate Pro Tem Batt.
It certainly was a fitting culmination to his years of public service that he could serve as governor.
Hi there.
Hello there. Thank you so much. Appreciate
it.
Governor Batt is as generous with charities as with his years of public service. He put in more than 30. He started as a top student at Wilder High, who developed into a distinguished yet approachable state leader.
I hate to hear you're going to leave us.
Oh, golly, it's high time I left.
No.
Michelle Hicks, Idaho's News Channel 7.
Yeah, well, that story did focus on his time on the second floor. Phil Batt will likely be remembered for more of what he did as a state legislator. They kind of touched on it there, Michelle did. Being at the forefront to help form Idaho's Human Rights Commission. An onion farmer, Batt was also a huge supporter of farm workers, as she mentioned, when it came to what they were paid and how they were covered by workers' compensation, despite what the rest of his party may have thought. At the time he was elected in 1994, he became the first Republican governor in 28 years in Idaho. There hasn't been a Democratic governor since. We've seen a lot of response to Batt's passing over the weekend, including from many leaders. U.S. Senator Mike Crapo releasing a statement saying, in part, Idaho Governor Phil Batt will be remembered as a strong and thoughtful leader, dedicated to the people of Idaho and advancing human rights in the state. He went on to say, as Idahoans remember him, much will be said about his legacy to Idaho and the debt of gratitude we owe to him. He was a life well lived, and he will have my unending admiration and respect. Governor Brad Little said, in part, Governor Phil Batt was the epitome of a public servant. Having served as governor, lieutenant governor, and senator, his legacy is distinguished by his unrelenting human rights leadership, determined fiscal conservatism, and enduring love of Idaho. Lieutenant Governor Scott Bedke also released a statement saying, in part, Governor Phil Batt was the embodiment of a dedicated public servant and man of fairness and decency. Governor Batt served our community with a commitment to protect our lands, fight for human rights, and ensure fiscal responsibility. Governor Batt will lie in state at the Capitol. No date or time has been announced for his funeral, but until then, flags will remain at half-staff.